A Kiwi and an Aussie walk onto a fantasy set. What?
I know.
What a
so
dream.
Exciting.
What was it like with this show? Because I want to hear about the audition process. Apparently it was an incredibly arduous process for them to whittle it down to, you know, the main cast, especially knowing that there is so much history with this book. There is a dedicated, and that can be both positive and negative, fan base attached. And it's 14 books, which means this could potentially take up the next decade plus of your life. So what was that like?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm sure Rafe would, goodness me, he'd probably have some not so fond memories of trying to go through that casting process. Obviously, you know, the search was wide and far. It was like an open casting call for anyone and everyone, which was amazing for us, you know. For me, I got my Wheel of Time audition and I was like, oh, I hadn't heard of Wheel of Time before. I remember looking it up online. I was like, okay, 90 million copies sold worldwide. No pressure. So I did 2 self-tapes at home and then was flown out to London to do a chemistry read with the lads, which is an amazing opportunity to do chemistry reads. You know, obviously our characters spend a lot of time together, so you've got to see people that work well on and off screen. So that was amazing. There I met Rafe, AK, one of our other writers in Marigo, and one of our EPs. And then shortly after that, I got the role, but it was very stressful. I was very sick, and I remember a bird pooed all down my back on the day, and I had no idea. And then it was only until like I'd gotten the role and I was on set with Marcus. He's like, you know, a bird pooed all down your back. I'm like, I found out once I got back to the hotel. Thanks for telling me. That's so on brand for him.
So Marcus.
So on brand for him.
So, by the way, your pants were down the whole.
He's like, yeah,
audition.
by the way, remember 2 months ago you had bird poo on you? I'm like, thanks.
My audition story is similar. I was in New Zealand at the time and also had to do self-tapes. I got the audition sent through my email and taped with my New Zealand agent, and we heard back quite quickly, and I ended up doing a Skype with Rafe Judkins, our showrunner. And that was really informative and helpful. He just spoke about the world a little bit more in depth and the character and what they were actually looking for in the next tapes. So that was kind of like a little gem for me to be able to sit down and talk with him virtually. And then I heard I got the role not long afterwards. And so I actually didn't get the privilege of coming out and meeting everyone in London for the chemistry reads. It was here in Prague where I met the rest of the cast, and thank God we love each other, because it could be a very long decade if we didn't. So they obviously knew what they were doing. Rafe and Kelly Hendry, the amazing casting director, and everyone else involved in casting. It's just done a sublime job.
I'm talking about the Aes Sedai powers because it channels from the One Power and they're able to do really fantastic things with it. Out of all the uses of that power, which one's your favorite?
Oh, I think for me, I'd love to just throw stuff around, you know?
Yes, absolutely.
Just picking up stuff and throwing it is probably very therapeutic, you know?
It's very Russell Crowe of you.
Yeah, very Russell Crowe of you.
And Zax, come on.
Yeah. Come on. My initial thought wasn't as cool. I was like, the ability to heat water up would be kind of nice.
No,
so many
really
times
true.
where you've been like not home and I don't know, just the showers are cold and you're like, this is so annoying. It's so boring.
You know what, we should say healing. I think that's
healing. You know what?
Absolutely
Healing people.
We would heal the world.
Healing.
Yes.
I just know that
100%. That was just the first, you know,
that was just like the impulse one.
Yeah.
That was a good back pedal. Well done. I am so excited to talk about this series, having been a reader of the books. And I think that that's where I want to start with this. There are numerous fans of the franchise. We are talking a very dedicated audience. What was it like stepping into this world knowing that you're going to take on the opinions, the feedback and the support, or the not so lovely criticism of this giant fan base?
I think the fans have generally felt very positive and encouraging towards the show. Like it's felt that this is a secret that, you know, they've had, and it's been very meaningful in their lives, and they're just frankly delighted that it's going to have a life on screen. And at the moment, I think that excitement is outweighing the dismay that things are wrong or, don't tie in with what's in their imaginations. But, we've really taken to heart this passionate, committed fan base, haven't we? I mean, you and I were having a dinner the other night, just discussing some of the fan reactions to things that we've been so moved by.
It's really, really moving. It made us both emotional. We watched some of the trailer reactions, and it's really beautiful to see how much this is affecting people. Exactly. I mean, it just feels like we're all part of the same team. We're trying to make this wonderful show for everyone, and so all that positive support is palpable. We can feel it.
The dedication for signing up to a show that is based on 14 books. Obviously, this could be a very, very long haul. Was that one of the exciting parts of this? Because you obviously have to live and breathe these characters to make that sort of potential commitment.
Yeah, it's a huge, huge part of it. I mean, it's you sit and you talk to your team and you talk about the potential length of this project, and then you sort of weigh how wonderful it is. And for me, it was an absolute no-brainer. I had a conversation with Rosamund not long after it came into my life, and she's obviously wonderful. And so for me, I hope it goes as long as it can possibly go. I'm 100% in and so happy with my decision to do it. But it is, you are taking a risk every time, and it's something you have to ask yourself, moving your life, family, what have you.
But it's a very special group of people.
Yeah.
There's a very, very unusual energy in this cast, which I've only experienced once before in my career. The unity and the sort of friendship and the kind of just a really good bunch of people.
Just an ease.
And a real, we've got a very impressive group of young actors playing the Emmons Fielders who are really like amazing 20-something-year-olds, and we have a lot of fun, and we work very hard, and we have a lot of fun. And I was looking for something, I think characters come into your life for a reason, and I felt Moiraine had come into my life for a reason. I didn't know quite what it was yet, but I definitely felt that there was a calling there.
Aes Sedai have amazing and showcase different types of powers. I'd love to know for both of you, out of all the Aes Sedai powers, which are you most fond of?
I mean, for me in general, it's just the fact that she can heal me all the time, because I get banged up so much. It's so nice to be able to be healed left and right. Lan's constantly got something going on, whether it's a trollic slash or a sword slash or a fade or something.
I mean, the one power has many different facets, but I mean, I think the one power full stop is such an interesting creation of Jordan's, and the way that each woman each Aes Sedai who can channel it has strength in different branches. And different powers within the one power itself. There are stronger people who are stronger channelers and weaker channelers, and all of that mythology people will obviously get into as they become fans of the series and the books. It was exciting for me to get to create what channeling might look like for people on screen for the first time. But not to say that every woman will do it like I do it. I think it would be a shame if they did. I think that's the space in this world for everybody to be an individual with it.
That's my time. Thank you so much. And you cast a mean fireball.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.